Few days back, People's President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was able to visit some political prisoner. It has been a routine for the party president of the NUP, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, together with the Secretary General, visiting political prisoners. I myself have visited very many. You don't know how much hope you give to these prisoners if you go and visit them. They continue being strong. In a tweet which came out to say, this afternoon at Luzira Upper Prison, we checked on the national unity platform political prisoners Eddie Mutwe, Achileo Chivumbi, BOBI WINE, and BESIGYE. We also checked on Dr. Kizza Besigye and his colleague Haj Obed Lutale. The persecution has not broken their spirit. That is the tweet which was put out by Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, BOBI WINE, and he went on to tag their pictures. That is BOBI WINE. First of all, BOBI WINE was very clear to say that these are political prisoners, and indeed they are. The nature of cases, the nature of trumped-up charges that were slapped against them, you clearly see that there is persecution. Very many people, most especially philosophers, come out to say that if you want to rule on a new case, you first look further to the old case. An old case can help to determine where you are going. Every person who has come out to oppose General Kaguta Museveni, he has faced the same charges: terrorism, wanting to overthrow the government, etc. Even Besigye faced the same. Even up to now, Kizza Besigye is still in prison. And who may know, Kizza Besigye may die from there. He's making 70 years. His health is not good. People like BOBI WINE are now going in years without trial. Remember, many of these people were being tried in a court-martial. The Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, came out to say that the court-martial is not supposed to try civilians. The cases have never been transferred from the military court to the high court. Okay? Whose weakness is that? Of course, it is the judiciary. We have the criminal justice system. We have incompetent judges. Owinidolo is one of the most incompetent chief justice to ever be in this country. I will not stop to tell people that there should be judicial activism where the judiciary should come out and give rulings to help our political status. The reason as to why the democracy in Kenya has gone is because of the courts have always come out to do judicial activism. Okay? They nullified, they annulled the election of 2017. Can Owinidolo have the spine? Yet even in the 2020 general election, one of the most fraudulent election, he refused the people who had come to court to bring him more evidence. Remember, Uganda has a history of ever going in a civil war because of an election. Instead, Owinidolo would have allowed these people to bring more evidence so that the case can go on. So such a criminal justice system will not take our country further. Okay? How can you tell me that the people who are caught in Kalangala have been in prison for 5 years? How? Tell me, I'm looking even the way to put this in mind. 5 years in prison. They were first tried in the court-martial. The Supreme Court told them to get their files. In fact, it is only Kizza Besigye's file that was transferred from the court-martial to the High Court because of the stature. Other people have not transferred their court. Whose weakness is the judiciary. And I don't know how General Museveni is so lucky. At this juncture, he's even using the Minister of Justice, Norbert Mao, who once was in the opposition, who once came out to say that if you go to General Kaguta Museveni's government, he uses you like a wheelbarrow. Who was a crusader of justice, but is in the docket of the Minister of Justice without pushing these things to happen. Shame upon Norbert Mao, shame upon the NRM regime. Okay? This cannot happen under our watch. It is very bad. Very bad indeed. The second story of the day, BOBI WINE came out to warn Alien Skin. Of course, he didn't mention the name. Whenever BOBI WINE comes out to speak about something, it targets someone. A few weeks ago, Alien Skin attacked the NUP headquarters again, the second time. being protected by the police. And Bobi Wine came out and did a prophecy. In fact, every time he has come out to say these words, the state has come out to bite. First, it was Sipapa who shot at the NUP headquarters, is in prison. Now Adenskin is being dragged into the deep policies. They may even consume his life. Zebra Mando was shot at because of playing politics. By Bobi Wine coming out to warn such people, it is only the wise to understand. In fact, he said these statements. That is Bobi Wine. So you clearly see that he's warning the ghetto youth not to be used by this regime propagandist. You may enjoy some little things. They can give you money, they can give you cars, they can protect you, because Zelensky was protected by the army and the police as he was doing these things. But remember, Sipapa had a bodyguard in his car, a person who's not an army person having a bodyguard. Mando, when you are heading to the 2020 generation, he was in front of President Museveni and he said that if they facilitate him, he has a team which can beat the opposition. Ibrahim Chitata had powers. He was a border rider. He could even change DPCs. The list is endless. So as these things go on, the ghetto youth must understand that the state is using them not to make the country better, but to fight their battles, because they know the state can no longer hold. Of course, the small opinion remains yours truly, Mr. Makinde, Kabye Sulaiman Mawaga, the next MP for Makinde East constituency. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Soka katwene guno omukisa ombaka abadde kuyalangidde mutagenda kudda kubanga ndowooza oba omugugu gwamuyitiriddeko naye ate yimiridde wano nga ŋŋamba omukisa kubanga n'ekibiina tukiwewudde kukwali kusitole wadde baga tiketi yanyeeko tiketi ya Kabye Sulaiman naye kati andekedde waazi ndi wano wentimbaza ngenda bayitako supiidi ng'ekizungirizi basewo ne banyawoze maaso gammwe kubanga ensonga nzitegeera.
Yes, Kabye Sulaiman Mawagali. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makinde East constituency, so that I can represent the great people of Makinde East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.